Yeah, how to configure the views in the record type and how to pass the data to the views and user filters and the search filters and the query entity rule. Okay, so yeah, to query the data from the source, earlier we have used the query record type rule, right? So I will quickly show you that rule and then I will show you. Yeah, see here. Yeah, query QR get meeting details. On that time, what we have used the query record type to query the data from the source. Yeah, this is the query record type, and we fetch the data from the source. Right. So now, without this, I want to query the data from the source by without using this query record type. I will use the different rule called query entity rule. Okay. So I will show you how to quickly create a query entity rule. Yeah. T4. Now this is the QE. QE in the sense query entity rule. Get meeting details. Yeah. To query the data from the source, how we will query using the query record type or the query entity. If we are using the record types, we will use the record type rule like query rule to fetch the data as a source. If we are using the CDTs, we will use the query entity to fetch the data from the source. Query entity. Entity is nothing but the CDT entry in the data store, right? So now we had a one more function called query entity function. Yeah, in this query entity function, we need to pass the entity name. Entity is nothing but on that day we have created a constant, right, for a CDT. Yeah, info DSC constant. Yeah, this is for attendees. We have created. Okay. So we want create meeting entity as we created a CDT for the meeting details. Let's see. Yeah. Data type. Yeah, we have created a T4 meeting CDT. I'm checking for dependents. Is there any constant got created for this CDT? No, no other constant is got created. So now quickly create a constant for this CDT. Yeah, type will be the data store entity and then T4 DS and then T4 meeting. Okay, that's fine. Okay, T4 DSC meeting, creating a constant. Yes, now we have created a constant for our CDT entity. Now which I'm going to pass here. Yep. So now going back to here. So we have the query here, guys. Right. We have the query here. So going back to the query record type, we have the record type filters, paging info. Right. So whatever we are having like a fields, filters, and paging info. Page total count is same in both the functions. See, page total count is same in the both the functions, but we don't have the filters, fields, and yeah, filters, fields, paging info we don't have directly. All these parameters are available in the query parameters itself. Now for the query parameter, we will pass the A-bank query, guys. Okay. In the A-bank query, you can able to see selection. Selection in the sense fields, parameter in the query record type. Whatever the fields you want to select, you can pass this selection parameter to fetch it. So filters we are having, paging info we are having. So now I will go with paging info. And in this paging info, as we see earlier, we have configured right start index one batch size. So guys, for the query record type, the maximum rows we can query up to 5000 rows. Here they have mentioned the limit as well. Here you can see, yeah, the valid values are 0 to 5000 when using with the record types, right? When querying the data with the search operator in the query filter, valid values are 0 to 100. So when used the entity is nothing but the query entity. Valued values are those greater than or equal to -1. Okay, greater than or equal to -1. So -1 when we pass now, what will happen? It will fetch all the rows from the source itself. It will fetch all the rows from the source itself. So we do have the sort as well. So now I'm passing the sort info function here. In this sort info function, we have the field parameter. So for the field parameter, I will pass the ID and ascending as a false or true. Guys, here one of the difference you can able to understand here is in the query record type, we are passing the ID by using the record type bank domain dot field dot ID, right? So coming to the entities, query entity, we can pass our field names using the strings, guys, in double quotes. We will pass them as a strings by using them as a double quotes. So now when we test this, no, so what will happen? It will fetch, yeah, it will fetch the output type as a data subset. It will fetch the output type as a data subset. You can see here, so I'm going to worksheet. So you can understand the difference, guys. You can understand the difference between query record type and query entity. Query record type output should be the map. Query entity output should be, entity should be what it is. Entity should be data subset. This is the key difference you can able to understand between both of them. So in the data subset, we have the start index, batch size, sort info, and the total count. We have total count. See here as well, we have fetched the 21 items, right? Here as well, we have fetched the 21 items, what we have in the source. So same like that, we have also fetched the 21 items here. See, 21 items got fetched here and the identifiers. So this is nothing but the data subset output type. Okay. So now what I want to do here is I want to index the data. Here in the query record type, we have indexed the data, right? So same like that in the query record type data as well, we can able to we can be able to index the data as well. So because we want the list only, right? Not data subset as an output to pass or index the values. So now I'm testing this rule. See now we have received the list of dictionary. Here what we have received, list of type, list of type, data type. Right here we have received the list of dictionary. When you go to the expression, yeah, this is how in as a raw expression you can able to see array, inside the array construction of the data. Right. So this is how we have queried the data from the source itself. So now I want to apply the filters. What filters I want to apply? I want to apply the ID filter. Okay, where I can be able to apply in the query itself. We have what we have. We have filter parameter, right? So in the filter, yeah, in the filter, what we need to pass. So instead of passing the filters like this, guys, so what we need to use is we have to use the logical expression as well. If you want to use the logical expression to apply before the data grouping or aggregation. So a single condition to apply to be queried before going to grouping or aggregation created with the query filters. So as of now, I don't want to apply any aggregations. We will apply the aggregations and the query selections and everything later. So as of now, we will go with the filters parameter. In the filter, we can able to apply the query filter. Yeah, in the query filter, what we are needing to pass field we are going to pass. Field should be the ID, meeting ID. So here you can able to see in this filters what I have passed here. I have passed the record type name dot fields dot ID, right? So here the field name I was passing in the double quotes as a string, right? So operator should be equal to, and then value should be null. As of now, null value I'm passing. Let's test this, guys. What will happen? See. value must not be null or empty, right? So what we need to do, if it is null or empty, we need to use the apply one parameter, and we have to create the rule input as well to pass the value to the query filter from the another object, as we created a rule input right here. So same like that, we will create a rule input here, id, and the type should be the number integer, and instead of null, we are going to pass the rule input by using the arrayBang domain, arrayBang id, right? Apply when it is apply is not null or empty, is not null or empty of arrayBang id. Then only it will apply the filter and query the data. Otherwise, it will query every row from the source. So now we have queried all the rows from the source, right? So now I will pass the ID as a 21. Let's see which row it will fetch from the source. Yeah, you can see 21, ID 21 data only it got filtered, right? So now we are good with the query entity rule. So we have not applied any selections. So if you want me to apply the selections, we can able to apply. Selection is nothing but here in the query record type, we have applied the fields, right? Fields parameter for the selection of the fields. So same like that, here we have the selection parameter. Selection parameter we are using to apply the selections by using the query selection filters, right? Uh, Even query selection, and columns. Here we need to pass the query column. What column you want to query? It was asking us. So query column we will pass. Yeah, query column. And then this query column I want to query the ID. Now here we need to pass ID field as a ID. Control set. Yeah, ID. So now when we test this out, sorry, it is ID. Yeah, you can see the data filter apply data, it will be queried and it will select the only the query selected field, query selection field column what we have mentioned here, right? That column only it will select from the source while querying the data from the source. Yeah, this is how we will apply the selections, guys, for querying the data from the source. As of now, we didn't require the selections because we want every row, every column data to be displayed in the view itself. Okay. So now, let's check for the interface as we have created for the view or not. Yeah. So details, preview components is there. So now I will quickly going to create a UI summary details. Okay, summary details, and then yeah, that's fine. So what are the columns we are having? Commented this, right? So how many columns we are having? How to create the summary view? I will show you guys. One, two, three, six. Total 10 columns are there, guys. So we require 10 components to be displayed, the 10 values from the source. So now I will quickly drag and drop and show you how to create this summary view. So we have the card layout and we have the columns layout. Okay. So two rows are fine. So now I want a 10 input field components. So for that, what we need, uh, text field here. Yeah, again, text field here, and text field here. So I'm dragging and dragging to the two column layouts, guys. Two columns, 10 fields. Why? Because from the source we are querying the 10 columns data, right? So I want to display the 10 columns data. So first column data I want to display as a ID, meeting ID. And then we have subject here. And then what we have? We have the location body. So we have the location as well. And we have the body as well. And start time, end time we are having. Time and the time and the time we are having. And then created by created or modified by modified or created by created on modified by modified on. I'm going back to here in the expression mode. So what I want to do is I will create a rule input, guys, and I will try to pass this data. So not what I will do. I will take what is data is having something. We have the complete data in the meeting ID 5. So what I can do is I will query the filter meeting ID 5 data here. I'm going to the interface and I will create a rule input, guys. Okay. So now in this time, what I will do T4 meeting. So now here T4 underscore meeting. CDT type rule input I was creating, guys, here. This is the types APN types T4. This is nothing but the CDT, not a record type rule input type. So now I'm creating the rule input here. So now we have queried the data and copying the expression to test this in the interface level. So now I have copied the output here and going to here and going to here and clicking on test interface here and passing the input to the rule input, guys. So now I will test this now. So here you can see the rule input is holding the data of the CDT type. So now we have the data under the rule input, right? So this is the data for rule input type. So now what you will do is we have all the components, guys. So now we need to configure the value part. Okay, value part. How I will configure value RMM uh, T4 meeting dot. What I want to configure for the ID, I will configure the ID, guys. Right. So this is how we need to configure another way. So value save into refresh we don't want and validations we don't want. So instead of that, we will pass read only as a true, guys, because we are not going to edit this data. We are simply showing this data to the users as a read only format. So all these things we don't require. So now I'm making this as a read only for every component. Yeah. So now we have pasted for every column. I have pasted the ID. So now we will make this column change to the location for the location, and the start time should be the start time, and created by should be the created by, and modified should be the modified by, and subject should be the subject, and body should be the body, and what it is. So we don't require this, I guess. Body. No, this I have created for something else. And the time, that is and the time, yeah, I guess. And the 10 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 should be created by modified on modified modified on. Yeah. So we map the every column data into the interface, guys. See, now you can see this is how we will display the data as a read-only format in the summary view. Okay. So now I will show, we will save this. How to we will pass the data to the record type. I will show you now. Okay. Yes, guys. So now we have created the summary view details interface, right? So now going to the record type. So if you can observe here clearly, so yeah. Under the user experience, we have the views. Views tab is there, right? In the record type. In the views itself, we can able to configure the record views, right? So views. So guys, you can try by generating the record view. So it will automatically create an interface for you and pass the data. Everything it will auto map, guys. So you can simply use this generate record action, record view option to generate without which I have created, right? Like a rule I have to create and interface I have to create to pass the data. That everything we didn't require. If you generate this record type, record view, it will automatically generate these objects directly. Okay. So as of now, I want to go with the configure view manually option. Okay. So here the default view name is the summary view. Okay. So now here, interface, it is asking me to pass the interface. How can I pass the interface? By using the rule bank domain. So by calling the rule bank domain and calling the interface name which I have created. So now here you can able to see T4 meeting is there, right? So for T4 meeting, I'm calling the rule input name here. So now how can I pass the data to the T4 meeting rule input? How can I pass? I have created the rule right here. So now I am calling the rule here in the record type, rule bank, query entity rule name, and then here I need to pass the ID. So how can I pass the value for the ID from the record type is? So we have the domains here, right? So in the domains, uh, yeah, these are the domains, yeah. So under the domain, we have the RV bank record type. Use it to reference the current record variables. So now I want the current record variable. For that, I will use RV bank record dot fields dot ID. Current record type ID I'm passing here. Fields dot ID. So I'm passing the current record type ID here and clicking on OK, guys. Clicking on OK. Clicking on save changes. So now I have saved, clicked on the save changes. Yeah. So now we have created the uh, record view, guys, record summary view. So how we will check from the site level? How we will check from the site level in the sense? So yeah, for navigating to the summary view from the site level, we need to make this as a link, guys. Okay, then only we can able to navigate into the record view. So for that, what I will need to do, I have to go to the meeting details UI. So under this meeting details ID, meeting details, we need to go to the meeting ID column. So under this meeting ID column, uh, yeah, here is the meeting ID column, right? So here in the value part, so value part, what we can use the link field or rich text display field, right? So I can simply use the link field here, guys. Link field to navigate a record view. So for that link field, so under the link field, we have what columns are there? We have the links are there, right? So in the links, so here in the links, what links we can able to pass? So I'm zooming out for you guys. See document download link. This is not for our scenario. Dynamic link is also not for our scenario right now. New recent task link is also not for our scenario right now. Okay. So what we have the scenario right now to use it is, yeah, this is what we need to use, guys. Record link. See, we have to configure the record link to navigate to the summary view. So that is the link I am calling here, a bank record link. Yes. See, the record link, what it was asking us to configure the record type, identifier, and dashboard, right? So now what I will do is I will configure the record type first. So record type and then record type name, record type bank T4. Yeah, meeting record type I'm configuring here. Okay. Meeting record type I have configured. Identifier. Identifier I'm passing the identifier I'm passing the ID. Each row ID I'm passing as a identifier. Okay. And label. Label I will provide them as a row ID as well. Only row ID I'm passing as a label here. Okay. Record type we have a label passed, record type passed, identifier passed, dashboard. The URL stub for the record view that will open. By default, it is summary view. Guys, when you go to the record type, you can see here uh, URL stub is there, right? The column URL stub. When you created a new view, so what will happen? New URL stub will be created for the second view. Okay, that URL stub you need to pass to navigate to the which view under the record link. You got my point, right? So here in the dashboard, I am giving this URL stub, guys. Okay. So what will it do? When I click on this link, it will navigate me into this summary view URL stub page. So if you have created another view, so you want to navigate to that page, you need to change the URL stub. That is how you need to use. So yeah, here open link in is there, target location is also there. Right. So now I'm clicking on this link. So what will happen? It will navigate me into the different page, and in the different page you can able to see the meeting details. See, new meeting hash one, subject this is, and all the meeting details. So now we will test this from the site level. Okay. So I want this open link in the same tab. By default also it is same tab only. So that's why I am not configuring anything here. Yes. Now we have saved. Now we are going to the site. So now clicking on this link here. So now we are navigating into the summary view, guys. See, summary view, and we have the location details and everything for that meeting ID. So for the meeting ID, whatever the additional details, which we are not displaying on the front page, right? So those details we will display as a summary view in the site itself. I mean, so in the front end page, we are displaying only meeting ID, location, and the body or else just created on, right, not start time and time and everything we are not able to see because of the grid is customized, right? So for showing the additional details to the user, what we usually do, we will create the summary views. So here you can add the related action. So here in the front end, you have added the record action, right? So if you want to add a related action in the summary view, you can add that. See, this is the record action which we have configured. So we have also created the earlier we have created the related action. So now how to display the related action in the summary view? So we can display the summary view by going to the views. Under the views, we have update meeting view is there. I'm clicking on OK. Clicking on save changes. So we have enabled the update meeting related action, guys. Here you can see. See here, guys. So this is the related action view configuration. Under this view configuration, if you want to display the shortcuts selected that are available from the view. So I have selected the shortcut update meeting here to display to the users the updating the meeting here itself. Now clicking on OK and clicking on save changes. So now when you navigate to the yeah, now we have saved right successfully. So now going back to the our site application. Yeah, this is our site application. Quickly refreshing our site and going back to the link here. Yeah, now you can see summary details as well as the update meeting related action. So when you click on update meeting related action, you can be able to see those meeting details, right? So now I will want to change the subject to the uh, summary view meet. Now clicking on update here and submit the form. Action completed. Yeah, you can see summary view meet got updated, subject also got updated. Yes, right. Yeah, Pranali, are you good with this? Or else you want me to explain anything regarding?
Yeah,
Hello.
fine.
Yeah, I'm open for your questions, Pranali. Do you have any questions on previous day topic or today's topic?
Um, From the interface, you
Mm.
explain about the A-Bank start process, right?
Yeah,
So,
yes.
like that A-Bank start process link is also right.
Yeah, yes. Start process function you are asking?
Yes. Could you
Yeah,
please
sure, Pranali.
explain?
Yeah, sure. Where I have added the meeting details only, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, this is what you want me to explain again. Start process.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yes.
So, Pranali, so what I want to convey is, so from different actions, we can different ways we can able to perform the actions. Okay. So in that ways to start the process. Okay. I will quickly explain. Ways to start the process. So when you want to start the process, we have different options are there, right? One is the timer interface process model through web API or portal or site. We can able to trigger an action. Okay, so from starting the process from a starting the process from interface, right? When you want to start the process from the interface, what you need to do, you have to use the A-bank start process or else start process links or else the record actions you need to use. Okay, so in three of the ways I have used the start process function. Okay, in the start process function, I will give you this link. It is better if you have it handy uh, for going through this. Okay, I'm providing the link here. See, so using the start process function, what we can do, we can trigger the process from the interface level itself. Okay. So for that, what we need to pass the process model name and the process parameters. Process parameters are nothing but the process variables which we have created in the process model. Okay. So for the process model passing, what I have do here, I have created a constant for the process model and pass the constant here. parameter value for the start process. And process parameters are nothing but this is the process variable name which we have created under the process model. Okay, this is the value which we are passing to the rule input. And on success, on error, we have configured for storing the data after the process is completed. Right. So if it is on success, what I have do, I will make the edit data as null here because this process is completed. The user, if you want to edit other details, he can able to click on the new edit icon. So that's why I make this as a null in on success. So these are the main configurations which we do. Do you have any doubts, Pranali? Why I have processed the process parameters and process variables? So, so when
Yeah,
we
that
trigger
on success only I'm not able to understand.
what constant?
Yeah, on success.
Yeah, on success only you want to understand. Okay, so on
Yeah.
success and on error is nothing but so when you trigger the process, what will happen? There are when you trigger the reaction, there will be two possibilities. Like it will be the on success or else it will be the on error. Right? I mean the process will be get succeeded or else errored out. Errored out in the sense some other node got break or some other expression evaluation error got coming right. So at that time this parameter only will activate and it will perform this a bank save. You got my point. So if it is completed successfully, this parameter will work. This parameter values what we have configured, this only will get execute. Otherwise, it won't execute. So simultaneously, if it is this action is triggered na, so this won't be triggered. This will be skipped. Okay. If it is triggered na, so it will be skipped. At a time, only one on success or on error will be execute because based on the process model which we have submitted. So whether it is succeeded, so this A bank saves will work. Whether it is errored out, this A bank save will work. So both at a time will won't work. You got my point, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, it
Um,
completely. So it is completely succeeded. It will go to the end node and the process got executed without any errors. Then on success parameter will execute. This means the process is got succeeded. So if it is errored out some evaluation error, some input issues or whatever validation issues, so it will trigger. On success on error will trigger and it will the value local bank on error will get update.
okay.
Yeah.
And here on a process model, you created a constant for that quick create meter, right?